Welcome to the Natural Way of Being video blog. This video is titled, Gratitude for Our Partnership with Life. There's so much that's being written and spoken about gratitude these days, and obviously it's a great time of year to think about gratitude with Thanksgiving coming up in a few days here. And when I hear about gratitude, there's been sometimes, not always, but there's been some things that kind of feel a little off with it, which is obviously, I realized, my issue, because what can be wrong with gratitude, right? And so when I feel like something's off for me, I feel like I have a responsibility to kind of inquire and delve into what that might be. And so I started this inquiry, if you will, about what gratitude is for me. I figured that was a logical place to start. And what I got down to was that it reflects my view of life. I have gratitude for my partnership with life. So all of my gratitude is kind of tied into this partnership with life. And for me, it doesn't make sense to have gratitude if I don't have a clear understanding of what I'm having gratitude for. So this is how this kind of breaks down for me. This partnership of life, I've spoken about it many times. Maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't, but a real brief version of that is that we create things, that intention in creating things is a partnership with life. So I, as a human being, have an intention to create something, and I offer that intention, and then life, spirit, God, the universe, kind of allows that energy to kind of interact with all of life, and then opens doorways and opens, unfolds my intention, if you will. And then, of course, I step through the doorways and work with it, and then life supports me. This is like this back and forth partnership that happens, and so that's what I have gratitude for. I know when some of us, when we err, or when we fail to have gratitude, when we're lacking gratitude, which I'm sure I know I've done from time to time, I think it may be partially due to a misunderstanding of this partnership with life. This is my theory, and so I'm going to go with it here. And I think there are two basic types of errors or misunderstandings that we do, and both of them are in discounting something. And the first is discounting life or spirit or God, and it's believing that I alone create things and I alone make the things happen in my life. And of course, I believe there seems to be a bit of an arrogance here, maybe a little bit of a grandiosity, that I'm creating everything and that life didn't help unfold anything. And that, of course, very naturally results in a lack of gratitude. I think that's fairly obvious. Maybe a little more subtle or less obvious would be the other type of discounting that creates a misunderstanding in gratitude, and that would be discounting ourselves. If I discount myself in my part of that partnership. And so it just would be more like, often I think it comes from like a low self-worth or a misunderstanding, or it could be fear-based. It's like feeling like I don't really create things. It's like, and this is, I think, the type of gratitude that has maybe bothered me a little bit. It's just like, I am this unworthy, lowly thing, and thank goodness that life or the universe or God has bestowed me with all this wonderful abundance. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Obviously, all gratitude is good stuff, obviously. But this is the part that didn't sit well with me, It just, because it's discounting our part of that partnership. Instead, if we could just say, okay, I was cool enough, or, to have an intention and decide to create something. And then together as a partnership, life and I, the universe and I, unfolded this thing. And now I have this abundance. So I'm grateful, yes, for the abundance, but even more so, perhaps, or maybe not more so, but in addition to, at the very least, I'm also grateful for the partnership. I'm grateful for life and God and spirit being part of that partnership. I'm also being part of that partnership. I'm also grateful for myself. I give thanks to myself for being a willing participant, which takes a lot of courage, right? To have a partnership with God it takes a lot of courage. So I have grateful to all the parties and to the partnership itself. And to me, then, that gratitude becomes a little more grounded, and it's not discounting everything. It's honoring all the parties. It's honoring the relationship itself. So it honors life. It honors myself. It honors the partnership. So all of these things are honored, and I'm finding gratitude for all of those things. What I think that does for me is it deepens the feeling of gratitude. And it's not like this lowly, I'm a mess, thank God that I have these things and I'm just so grateful and I don't really deserve them, but thank you anyway. It kind of takes that away, and it's just like, no, I do have abundance, and life and we created this together, and I'm so grateful for the things that that we created. And even more so, I'm grateful for the partnership. It's like by the grace of God, if you will, by the grace of life or the universe, that we have this, and by the grace of myself that we've agreed to do this partnership to unfold things. And now we have abundance, and everybody wins because I win. I have abundance in my life, and my people win with my abundance because I'm stronger. I have more to offer them. And then life wins as well because it allows life to bring these things and embody them and work them out and express them through our humanity, and then through humans' interaction with other humans and with other things, other entities. So everybody wins. And it's so, to me, gratitude is a celebration of the abundance, a celebration of the connection, and a celebration of life, if you will, and the partnership that we have, and the dance that we do together, and all the beauty that unlocks, and all the love that unlocks, and the truth, and all of this, because then everybody wins. Life expands itself, and we expand ourselves, and our people get stronger. And so that's what I'm grateful for. So when we're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner, I don't know if you ever have this tradition, just picture this is when we're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner, and if you ever do that tradition where they ask what you're grateful for. So when someone asked me this year what I'm grateful for, that's what they get to hear, right? I'm going to go off on this like tirade or this rant, if you will, on this thing that I'm grateful for. And so they're going to be looking at me like, this dude's a little weird, but you get used to that after a while. Anyway, the most important thing is, find some gratitude in whatever way it makes sense to you. This is what makes sense to me. Maybe that resonates with you. Maybe it doesn't. But the other part of this is that when something felt off for gratitude, I went in and I explored it, and then I found out what gratitude meant. And then my gratitude was able to deepen, and so that's what you can do too. Maybe your experience of gratitude is different than mine. And if it is, I'd invite you to explore it so you can deepen your gratitude and have a sincere expression of your gratitude. And so, so I think it's probably best at this point to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving and to express your gratitude with your friends and loved ones and family. And thank you for going on this little journey with me. And I hope you really enjoy your Thanksgiving and the rest of your week.